One.
Good afternoon. This is the Chatham Historic Business District Meeting Commission. We'll hold a public meeting to discuss the following business on Wednesday, February 17th, beginning at 4:30. If you are recording please inform us if you're recording the call, the meeting. And we'll begin with the roll call. Let's see, I think.
So Sam, let me just read the order and then we'll do the roll call of the members to enter the meeting.
Okay.
Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 23rd, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Historic Business District Commission is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that persons who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 232-144-335#. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access, and we will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible.
So we'll begin the roll call. Burns.
Here.
Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan is here.
Steve DeBoer. Your mic, Steve.
Steve DeBoer is present, sorry.
And I'm Sam Stribert, and I'm present. We'll get into the reading, the review of the minutes of the February 3rd H.B.D.C. meeting, commission meeting. And has anybody found any issues, or should I go through the list? Bob, do you have anything?
No, Sam, no questions. Bob Burns.
Doug, do you have any questions?
Doug has no questions.
And Steve?
I have no questions.
And I have no questions. It's a very thorough coverage of that meeting. So,
Sam, it does look like Darcy has just joined us.
Oh, there you are.
I'm in.
Okay, Darcy, we're just, I just gave that I had no questions on the minutes, and you can take it from there with your own observations on the minutes.
Okay, did we get a motion or anything yet?
Doug Grattan will make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second, Sam Stribert.
Okay, all in favor? Let's see, Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan in favor.
Steve DeBoer.
Steve DeBoer is in favor.
Robert Burns.
Bob Burns in favor.
And Sam Stribert.
Sam Stribert. And Darcy approves. Okay, all right. Sam, what's on the agenda? First up.
Okay, pretty good size agenda. The first application is for a sign, 2021-12, Shop Ahoy, care of Simple Signs of Cape Cod. Application to reinstall the ground sign located at 1589 Main Street.
Okay, I assume the applicant is here.
Yes, this is Charlie from Simple Signs of Cape Cod.
Charlie, what would you like to tell us today?
The existing sign was taken down due to the new rotary being put in, and Tony Zombas contracted us to replace the sign. The old one was destroyed when it was taken down, so we're going to build a replica of it, same size, same materials, and put it back up. That's what we would like to do.
Okay, I think Tony came before us a while back about a pre-application. And I think everybody liked what they saw. So let's hear what our commissioners have to say. Sam, would you like to start?
Yes, the only, I mean, it's a perfect replica from my point of view of what was there, and it has a certain, now, because of the circular nature of the ship's wheel, it replicates a little bit the idea of the rotaries that have been added to West Chatham. So I think that's an interesting issue. How will it be secured on the ground? Is there a base plate and a concrete pier into the ground 4 feet down? Is that the way we're going with this?
The post is overall 18 feet.
Yeah.
4 feet of the post will be below ground, so 14 feet of it will be above ground.
Okay.
And it will be encased in concrete. We're also going to, if you're looking at the picture, to the right of the sign, we're going to put two concrete-filled steel posts in close to each other so that a car cannot back into that from the parking lot, because there's going to be parking right here, I believe. But yes, exactly where your cursor is, that's where we're going to be putting two concrete-filled steel posts in the ground, and those will have enough concrete around them so not to move if a car hits them.
Are these bollards requirement by the state highway division of highway?
They weren't a requirement. Tony asked that we put those in there so a car doesn't hit the post. And if you put the front tires of a vehicle against that curb, you could actually hit that post with the bumper.
Yeah, I mean, the truck will pick it out real quick. I'm a little concerned because the bollards would now, instead of having a little dent in your fender, you now will have a totaled car if you hit it. But,
well, usually they're yellow. They're approximately 3.5 to 4 feet tall.
I know what they look like. I know what they look like.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my question. I'm fine.
Okay, Bob Burns, do you have anything?
Yeah, one question. I think it looks fine. There going to be any lighting for that sign?
As of right now, we're not contracted to do any lighting on it. If we do, we're going to put up lighting on it just below the sign attached to the post. That would be due to, you don't want down lighting by the rotary there to distract any drivers. And I know up lighting is not the first choice on all of your lighting, but for safety reasons, if we put down lighting on it, I do believe it could be distractive to drivers, so we would put up lighting if Tony decides to put lighting on it.
Okay, and Tony would have to come back to us if he decides to do that.
Sure.
Okay, no further questions.
Okay, how about Doug? Do you have anything?
I have no questions that have not been answered, so thank you.
Steve DeBoer?
I have no questions. It looks like a good sign.
Okay, I have a question for Sarah. If they decide to do lighting, can they just come in to amend the application, or does he have to do a full application again?
They could come in for an amendment, but I would seek comment from, at a minimum, police and fire departments, just to make sure that the lighting didn't impact any public safety.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good. Ready to vote? Ready to make a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 21-012, Shop Ahoy, care of Simple Signs of Cape Cod, application to reinstall the ground sign located 1589 Main Street.
And I need a second. Thank you, Doug. Anybody second the motion?
Sam Stryber.
Okay, all in favor? Sam,
Sam Stryber approves.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer. Steve, are you there?
Phone, Steve.
Yes, I'm
What's that?
sorry. Steve DeBoer approves.
Thank you. All right, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Okay.
very much, guys.
Who's next?
Another
Sam?
sign, 21-13, Quality Home Care, Cape Cod, care of Gene Copeland. Application to install a ladder board on the existing ground sign at 2468 Main Street.
Welcome, Jean. What would you like to tell us?
We wanted to add our name to the ladder board at 2169 Main Street and Route 28 in South Chatham. The name of the business is Quality Home Care Cape Cod.
Thank you for superimposing that. I appreciate that. All right. Steve DeBoer, do you have anything you'd like to ask?
Yes, if I could, I don't know if I'm able to do that, but to jump ahead to the next application, I just have a question about it.
Well, we're gonna-
The next
let's take-
application, what's
Let's
that?
take this first. Let's take the ladder sign first.
Okay, well, what I was going to ask is that it looks like there's also going to be a wall sign that's going to be replaced. So I'm just wondering if the budget blinds ladder rung is also going to be removed from this sign.
It is. They are no longer in that building.
Okay.
But it's
so
not
then-
our, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No.
the person who owns that piece of wood from Budget Blinds has not taken it down. So it's not, we can't do that.
Okay, so is it then your intent then, if that is taken down, assuming that it will be, are you just going to shift yours up slightly so that there's no gap in the sign?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. That was it. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Steve. Thank you, Steve, for that. Doug, you have anything? Any questions?
I have no questions.
Bob Burns?
Yeah, yes, one question. It looks like at one time there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signs on that ladder board.
Yes.
And is that, so if Budget Blinds goes off, is the future going to be, do you think only 4?
I can't say I don't own the building. I think that's 4, maybe 5. That's it. I don't think there's space for more rentals, but I don't know. I haven't asked Chris.
Okay, and you're taking like double the space, so I guess Chris is okay with that,
Yes, he is. He gave us approval to do that.
to do your sign. Okay, no further questions.
Okay, thank you. Sam?
I have no further questions.
All right. Anybody else have anything to say? Hearing none, I'd like a vote, please, a motion, please.
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 21-013, Quality Home Care Cape Cod, care of Gene Copeland, application to install a ladder board on an existing ground sign located at 2469 Main Street as presented.
I need a second.
Second, Sam Stryver.
Okay, ready to vote? Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer votes to approve.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grant votes to approve.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Sam Stryver,
Sam Stryver votes to approve.
and Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go on to the wall sign. Sam, you want to read that, please?
Yep. Uh, 2114 Quality Home Care Cape Cod, Gene Copeland, application to install wall sign on the structure located at 2468 Main Street.
Excuse me, it was 2469. Did I write 8? I'm sorry.
2469 Main Street.
Oh, 2469 Main Street, I'm sorry, thank you.
Okay, go ahead. What would you like to tell us about this sign?
It's just replacing the sign that was there. It's 12 by 18 versus 12 by 12. So it's just a little bit bigger, replacing the budget blind so that you can see it a little bit more clearly from the road.
Okay, is there another sign there presently other than budget blinds, or is that it?
No, so when budget blinds comes down, we will put our sign in its place.
Okay. All right, any questions from Sam?
No, I'm not sure why you show two placements when it's just going to cover budget blinds, isn't it?
To show you how much bigger it is, just to have, you know, when we applied for the signage, it was advised that we have as much visual to show people what our intentions were. And budget blind sign is not our sign to take down as of yet, but the person who owns it, when they take that down, we will put ours in its place because they are no longer in the building.
Okay, because that's where it's got to go, right on top of.
Yes, correct.
So that's all you need to know. I think it's a much more colorful. It's too bad you can't make it a little bigger so that it can be read from the road, but that's all right. That's all. I have no further questions.
Okay, Bob Burns? Do you have anything?
No questions.
Doug Grattan?
Doug has no questions.
Steve DeBoer?
Steve has no questions.
And Darcy has no questions.
Madam Chair.
I do have one question. I'm sorry. The
That's
gentleman was saying that if it's too bad that we didn't have a bigger sign. Because somebody gave us one as well, if there was a bigger sign, would we have to come back to amend it? Or if we had the dimensions of it, would you approve it now? Do you know what I mean?
I think we could, this is up to Sarah, but I think we could amend it to make it no larger than,
Yes.
however. Sarah, could we do that?
You could make a motion for, amended size. I would look for something specific.
Yeah.
Just so the commission is aware, the applicant is also required to go to the Sign Code Appeals Committee and is scheduled to be heard on March 11th.
Okay.
Because this property was part of the rezoning that happened in 2016, and therefore any signage that's put up at this property is going to be subject to Sign Code Appeals Committee approval.
Okay, how big would you like to have this sign?
Well, I'm calling my partner now because I'm going to find out what the dimensions are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything to say while she's checking with her partner? Sam, do you have any suggestions here or anything?
Suggestions as to the size of the sign?
Yeah.
How big?
Right.
I could see it right now. It's what she's holding in her hand is about 10 by 15.
It's 12 by 18.
Look back right now. It's 15. So I could see a sign say 18 inches by 24. Anything else would overwhelm the space.
18 by 24?
Yes. Well, say 24 by 18. 24 wide, 18 high.
Jean, how do you feel about that? And then I'll ask the rest.
You said no bigger than 18 by 24?
18 by 24, right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Let me ask the rest of the commissioners how they feel about it. Okay. Steve DeBoer, how do you feel about that?
I think that would be fine. I think it's a better idea to be more easily seen.
Doug Grattan?
I'm fine with that change.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns is fine with the change.
Okay, so when you make a motion, please include that the sign can be enlarged no bigger than 18 by 24. Whoever wants to make the motion.
Doug Ratner will make a motion for application 21-014, Quality Home Care, Cape Cod, care of Gene Copeland. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 2469 Main Street to be no larger than 18 by 24 inches.
And I need a second, please.
Sam Stryver, second.
Okay, all in favor? Sam,
I approve.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Ratner approves.
Steve DeBoer,
And Steve DeWar approves.
and Darcy approves. All right, thank you very much, Jean. Good luck.
Thank you all very much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very
Jean,
welcome.
Will you, Jean, this is Sarah. Will you please send me an email with a request to modify your application to the sign code appeals with the new size so that way I can advertise?
Thank you so much,
here.
Sarah. I will.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, Sam, who's up next?
Well, okay. 21-17, Chatham Collections, care of Poor Luque Architecture. Application to install a wall sign over the front door, option A, on the structure located in 482 Main Street.
Okay, welcome. Would you
Thank
like to tell us what you'd like to do, please?
Thank you. My name is Laura Regret. I'm here from Paul Lucas Architecture representing Chatham Collections. And I wanted to tell you just a little bit about the store. It's a gift shop with merchandise that ranges from fine art to outdoor furniture. We'll have multiple jewelry lines, and it will have a large selection of apparel. And the interiors is going to blend classic Cape Cod with a fresh contemporary layer that will use clean lines, white, seafoam blue, classic navy, and warm woods. As such, the brand identity is represented with a whale tail icon that you'll see in a minute, and a classic serif font, which speaks to Chatham's nautical roots. So this is our first option. We did a submission for each sign, so it'll be a bit repetitive. This shows you where the two signs are located. So for option one, we'll have two signs, the same as the store before us had, the same locations as the previous store. So one is on the store front and one is on the side of the building. Okay, Sarah, next slide. Here is the signage. You can see the whale tail, you can see the font, it's Gaudy book letter, regular font, and the colors are Rhythm and Blues, Benjamin Moore for the lighter blue, and Old Navy, Benjamin Moore for the darker blue. Next slide. And this is a location plan to show you where the store is, and you can see a tiny little line in blue that we're looking at the front sign at the front entry. Thank you. This shows you how it'll be attached to the building. We'll have a wood rail that attaches the sign, and the sign itself will have a rabbited edge, so kind of a revealed edge. The sign will be painted in blue. The edge will be the dark navy blue, and the letters will be carved out from the front. And here's an image of our first option A, the front entry sign. Next slide.
Is that to scale, Laura?
This is to scale, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll have the dimensions in just 2 slides from now. We have the dimensions.
Okay,
So this shows you that sign from a perspective view, and it shows you the sign that'll be the next one you'll review on the side there.
okay.
And the next
Do you
one.
want to tell us about option B so we can decide which one?
Well, you know, actually, perhaps you'll approve both of them. I don't know. That would give her some flexibility, but to tell you, this one's 8 feet wide by 2 feet 5 inches high. And we can go to the third submittal if Sarah wants to do that, so we can show you what the second one looks like.
Okay, excuse me 1 second. Go ahead.
So this is option number 2. Everything else is the same, the font and the colors.
Okay.
In the same way. You can see, here it is to scale in front of the building, on the building, and in a couple slides, we have the size of it. Right there. And 6 feet by 3 feet. I can't even read it. Hold on for a second. I have to find it. 3 feet 5.
3 feet 5. Okay.
In both cases, the sign on the side of the building is a slightly different size because we want to cover up, the shingles are faded, so we want to cover the same area that the previous tenant covered.
Okay, just to clarify something, Laura, you just want the whale tail on top of the sign, just on the front of the door, not on the side, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to clarify that.
Mhm.
Okay, anything else you'd like to add?
No, do you want to see the side view? Can we look at the side?
Let's do the front. We'll do the front first.
Okay.
All right, Sam, do you have anything? Sam? All right, let's go on to Bob Burns. Do you have anything?
You're muted, Sam.
Yeah, Sam's muted. Yeah, I like A. I think A is very classy. I think that is really a good looking sign. You have the whale tail in the sign already, so I like it. It looks very classy. So I would vote for A.
Okay, that's without the protruding whale tail, correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Doug?
You know, I like both, presentations, and I think it's be the preference of the applicant. So I'm okay with either which one they want to go with. I'm certainly fine with the whale tail.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Steve?
I kind of feel the same way as Doug. I like either one of them. I guess it's really up to the applicant as to which one they prefer. I don't mind either one.
Okay, Sam?
So I'm a little confused because some of the images show a gray sign, and I don't think we should have a gray sign.
Yeah, I'll answer that. It's not a gray sign. We were just, we were confused about the application. So we did 4 different applications. So we were just showing you which sign we were applying for, and we grayed out the other sign, but they would both be blue.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Would the side sign on the side ever have the protruding whale tail?
It would not.
Okay, so in basically what you were, we could approve the side sign as that seems to be consistently in all the applications. Is it not, or does it change size?
It does change. Oh, no, the size is the same. The look is, maybe the size is slightly different. The look is a little different. With the first application, both signs have the round logo mark.
Oh, I see.
So they're exactly the same. They might be slightly different sizes because of the building. In the second application, that round logo mark doesn't show up, and the front sign has the protruding whale tail, and the side one just has Chatham Collections.
So if
All
this,
set, Sam?
if we're all on one page, it would have been done a minute ago.
Yeah, I know. If I had understood how it was going to be done, I would have done it that way. We were just trying to follow the rules.
You got a ton of paper.
Thank you, Laura.
I know. We didn't quite understand. We've never applied before. We didn't
You're
quite
doing a
understand.
great job.
Thank you.
I'm inclined to feel like the others, whichever you feel you would like, I'm okay with that. So let's hear what the commissioners have to say. As far as a motion goes, if you want to include that, it's up to you. If you'd like.
Motion.
Go ahead.
21-017 Chatham Collections, care of Paul Lucas Architecture. Application to install a wall sign over the front door option A, the structure of located at 482 Main Street, or option B at applicant's choice, as presented?
That's good.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you, Doug. Do
So
I have a second?
Darcy, because
Yeah.
they are all separate applications, just voting on each of them individually wouldn't be an issue, and Sam can just read the 2019, and then Doug could make a motion since you've already reviewed it.
Okay, thank you. All right, I need a second on the motion.
The motion is for just one of the applications, is that correct?
Right now it is for the front door, and Doug made the motion to give the applicant the option of having the whale tail protruding or not.
Okay.
Do you want to second the motion?
No, I'm not going to second it because I'm totally confused. I don't know what we're doing.
So Darcy, if the commission is looking to approve this, we would need a motion to approve application number 21-017 as presented. So you'll take each application on its own merits individually.
So should I
Okay.
should I amend my motion then, Sarah?
Yes,
to-
please.
As presented?
Yes, please.
So Doug
Okay.
Rapp will make a motion for 21-017, Chatham Collections, care of Paul Lucas Architecture, application to install a wall sign over the front door, option A, on the structure located at 482 Main Street, as presented.
Thank you, Doug. Do I have a second? Anybody want to second the motion?
Burn seconds.
Thank you. You ready to vote? Sam, are you ready to vote?
No.
This is option A, over the door.
I know, but I got to look at all four of them and
Sarah, can we see a picture of A again real fast?
paper clips.
Sam, there's option A, over the front door.
Hi, this is Steve. Can I just ask the applicant, is this the actual logo for the company, the round circle with the whale tail? Or is that just something you came up with?
Well, we are doing their identity. We're doing their logo. So right now they will be using this, and they'll probably be using both pieces. They'll be using the whale tail on the other version on their bags. And then this will go perhaps on smaller tags and things where that logo doesn't make as much sense.
Okay. So this is more related to what they expect their logo to be.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Originally, we asked them what they would prefer. Which version?
Well,
they would prefer.
we're going to make a motion on the other whale tail protruding.
I would like to finish what I'm saying. I think we are, I got four things.
Sam, just look at the screen.
No,
It's up on the screen what we're voting for right now.
but I don't know.
This is for the front door. This is option A. This is the motion on the table for option A. This is option A that you see on the screen. I just need a second. If somebody could second the motion, then we could have a further discussion. Somebody
this
please second the motion.
This is Steve. I'll second that motion
Thank you,
for
Steve. All right,
21-017.
thank you. Is there any further discussion? Sam, are you okay with this?
No, because I want to figure out, I know what I want, I like. But I don't see.
Okay, Sarah, can you put up
See,
option B? Maybe that'll help Sam clarify everything.
Like-
Can you, all right.
It's because
This
I'm-
is going to be the next part of the application is going to be the whale tail protruding for the front door. So you have it, you can approve it or not approve it, whichever one you like. The
Can I
first
just
one,
tell, oh, sorry.
the first one we're doing is option A with the whale tail in the circle. That's what we're trying to approve right now.
I vote no.
Do you want to just abstain, Sam?
No, I don't want this over the front door.
What? Well, let's discuss it. What do you want over the front door?
Okay, then you gotta look at.
I
all
can't
those-
hear you, Sam.
What?
I can't hear you.
Well, I'm not muted.
Okay,
You
just
hear me
get a
now?
little closer. Okay, tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for the protruding rail tail over the front door and the, on the side wall, the circle and Chatham collection on the side wall.
On the side wall, the sign is going to be the same as what's over the front door
No,
right now. You
No,
see the
it's-
option,
oh, yes, okay. That's fine.
okay?
Okay,
So this is what we're looking to approve or not approve over the front door right now.
right, and I don't approve it. I
You
want
don't,
the protruding tail.
So Sam, they have done 4 applications, 2 for each. That way they had the option to select whichever one they wanted.
But the one that's got the whale tail,
That is application number 21-019.
no, use A, B, and C.
Okay, so that's option
So,
B for the front. But each one is its own application,
Okay.
Sam.
because it does not have the protruding whale tail, I vote no.
Thank you.
okay, all right. We're voting. Sam voted no. Steve DeBoer,
I'll vote to approve option A for the front door.
Doug Grattan,
I vote to approve.
Bob Burns,
I thought we were gonna go either what they preferred, so we're on to a different,
no, we have to, we're on the next application. We are
Okay,
going to
all
either
right.
approve or not approve with the whale tail protruding.
so we should have, if we're gonna leave it to them, we should approve both then. Is that what you're
Correct.
saying? Okay,
That's right.
So I approve.
Okay, Darcy approves. Okay, it's 4-1. Sam, what is the next application, please? Now, this should be the one with the whale tail protruding. This is for the front door only. Okay. Sam, you have anything you'd like to ask or say?
I approve that front door.
We're not approving yet. We're just discussing it. Any discussions, Sam?
No.
Okay. Steve, do you have anything?
No, I have no questions.
Bob Burns?
Just one question. Is there gonna be any lighting above or around the sign?
Not at this point. If in the future they decide to do that, they'll come back to you and put in an application.
Okay, no further questions.
Doug Grattan?
No further questions.
Okay, need a motion?
For application 21-019, Chatham Collections, care of Paul Lucas Architecture, application to install a wall sign over the front door, option B, on a structure located at 482 Main Street as presented.
And I need a second, please.
Bob Burns, second.
Thank you. All right. All in favor? Sam Stryber,
Just for the front door on this option, yes.
Bob Burns,
I approve.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer approves.
Darcy approves. All right, very good. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next application. Sam? Sam,
Yes, yes,
next application, please.
yes. I believe, I don't, it's 2119, Chatham Collection, all details. Architecture. Application to install a wall sign over the front door, option B on the structure located 482.
Sam,
This
I
is for the
believe
wall sign on the side.
we're
It's
on the side of the building.
building.
Application numbers 18 and 20 are the two options for the side of the building.
Okay. So I don't know what we voted on.
We voted on 17 and 19, and now
Yes.
we have 18 and 20 to do.
And didn't we approve both 17 and 19?
Yes, both were approved.
Oh, okay. That's the way we're doing. We're going to approve everything, and then they can, when they've got the approvals, and then they're out of here.
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing 18, 2118, Chatham Collections, for care of Paul Luque, architectural application to install wall sign on the side of the building, option A, on the structure located on 482 Main.
Okay, Laura, would you like to tell us? Maybe you'd like to just tell us the difference between the two. That might clarify everything and make things
Sure.
simple.
So for this application, they're the same front and side. The size is slightly different. So Sarah, if you go forward a couple, right there, back. So this one is slightly bigger. It's 2'6" instead of 2'5", and it's 8'5" wide instead of 8 feet. And we're covering up the space that's been faded from the previous sign. So it's the same size as the previous sign, basically.
So what you'd like to do is have the option of having it larger.
This isn't any, so it's the same size as the previous sign as far as we can tell.
Right. But I mean, there are two applications. So the size is the only difference, correct?
The second application
has the
doesn't
whale
have
tail.
circle, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
no problem.
second
Sorry.
application is slightly different, same, it's a little bit higher actually too. The second application is a little bit larger, you're right, because
Okay.
just the proportions of the lettering,
Okay.
because
All
we're
right,
trying to
let's take-
cover up the faded part.
Okay. Let's take the first application, please. Sam, do you have anything?
If I'm choosing between the option B, I choose option A. The smaller sign.
Okay, we're taking the first application of 2118, 018.
So,
Sarah, is this 18 or is this 20?
This
Just to
is the
clarify.
application for 18.
yes,
Okay. Bob Burns, do you have anything?
No, again, I would let the branding experts that we have on the call make the decision, but I'm fine with this one.
Doug Grattan,
I have no problems.
Steve DeVore,
I have no questions. I'm fine with the sign.
Sam, are you all set? Do you have any more questions?
No, I don't have any more questions. I'm fine with option A.
Okay, I need a motion, please.
Doug Grattan will make a motion for application 21-018, Chatham Collections, care of Paul Lucas Architecture, application to install a wall sign on the side of the building, option A, on the structure located at 482 Main Street as presented.
Second, please.
Burns seconds, Bob Burns second.
All in favor, Sam Stryber,
Sam Stryber approves.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer approves.
Darcy approves. Okay, Sam, next application, please.
Dash 19, Chatham Collections, care of Paul Luque Architecture.
I think it's 21020.
21020, Chatham Collections, Paul Luque Architecture. Application to install wall sign, side of the building, option B, on the structure located at 482 Main Street.
Okay, Laura, would you want to just run through that quickly, please? Laura?
Sorry, I was on mute.
That's
So once
okay.
again, we're covering up the faded part, and it's slightly different in size because just the way the lettering works out, it makes it a little higher. It's still 8 feet 5 wide, and it's 3 feet 4 high, so it's slightly higher.
Okay. Sam, do you have anything?
No, I think the option A is a more tasteful sign and not quite as blasting out as the, and it has the unique little whale tail, which I think is very nice, and so that's what I would go with.
Bob Burns?
Yeah, I'm okay with B. If you want my opinion, I think A with the logo is really nice. No further questions.
Doug Grattan?
I would prefer a logo A much over this one. That's it.
Steve DeBoer?
Yes, I feel the same. I mean, this is a fine sign, but I prefer option A more than this one.
I feel the same way. Do I have a motion? You can
Doug Grattan will
approve.
make a motion for application 21-020 Chatham Collections, care of Paul Lucas Architecture. Application to install a wall sign on the side of the building, option B, located at 482 Main Street as presented.
Do I have a second?
Burn second.
Okay, just so that you all understand that if you approve of this sign, the applicant has the option of choosing either one. Okay, so all in favor? Doug?
I would vote no.
Steve?
I would vote to approve the sign, but prefer option A.
Bob Burns?
I would vote no.
Sam Stryber?
Vote no.
Darcy would vote no. So Laura, it looks as though option A is for the site.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, so it looks like we can use either one on the front, and then we'll use option A on the side. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Laura. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Good
Appreciate
luck
it.
with your new store. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Sam, what's next?
We have an addition alteration, 21-011, Glenn and Rhoda Doherty, care of Mark Zebrat, application to construct additions and a deck located at 19 Collins Lane.
Okay, I think Tim is here for the applicant, correct?
Hello, Tim Smith, Minglewood Homes. How are you today?
Hey, Tim, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm here. Mark is unavailable for the meeting tonight, so I'm here representing for Mark and the Dohertys.
Thank you. What would you like to tell us?
We're just going to, we're going to add a one-car garage with a mudroom connector and a family room off the back of the, it'll go over half of the existing house and half on the new addition that we're doing. To create a little bit more floor space, a family room, mudroom, laundry setup. We're going to, it's a small, I guess, ranchy cape, I think. It's got a dormer on the back, so I guess we could call it a cape. And we're gonna match, really pretty much the roof lines. The chimney's gonna stay. We're gonna go around the chimney and we'll probably, the chimney was brought down before to the roof line, so we'll bring it down to the roof line and then rebuild up off the roof for the chimney so we can flash it correctly. And, we'll have a traditional, I would imagine traditional raised panel garage door on the front. For that, because that is will be a little bit of the focal point of the house. It's not a very big house, but it'll have a full-size garage door on there. And we're gonna add a deck. We're gonna have a little covered entrance porch area in there as well. And we will then have on the back side, we have a little deck going off the back addition. And we'll use, the traditional post and cap with the white balusters and white handrail and base. So it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to match the roof as what's on the roof there now. Trim will match as well to keep consistent with the house itself. Windows will keep in character with what's there now. So we're not really we're not veering off too much of what is proposed there or what was built there originally. As you can see, there's a blue door and black shutters. I would imagine the garage door is probably going to stay as I would think a white garage door there, as opposed to adding a lot of different colors. I hate, we don't want to paint the garage door black. You don't have to, just for the temperature. Never seems to work too well. But and then any exterior lighting will match with what's on the house there. We have, I know we have a couple garage door lights. We've got another light around the back, but Mark has provided pictures of the existing lighting that we will match as well. Trim will be white to match the existing. And that's about what I have for you.
Okay, the decking is going to be wood.
Yeah, we'll do mahogany. Well, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I personally like the mahogany decking myself. It's not a very big deck. They might want to go ahead and use the, on the back deck, they might end up wanting to use the Trex decking.
Yeah, okay.
They're pretty comparable, I think.
It's not going to be visible anyway, but
Right.
We should know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, do you have any questions or concerns?
Well, on this rear elevation that's showing you, the roof line of the addition is cutting across a window there. What's your?
Yeah, Mark has that on the plan. He's going to do a well there.
Oh,
so as opposed to removing that window, we're going to well it. Okay. So we'll do the copper pan in there and have a little well at that spot there. They didn't want to lose that light.
Right. So is there a cathedral ceiling in that family room?
I think we're going to raise it up as high as we can. With us doing the structural ridge, we're going to try to keep it as a little bit of vaulted trade ceiling in there. Correct.
Are you concerned with the pitch of the new pitch of the roof at 5 and 12? I guess it's 5 and 12. 5 1/4 and 12. Sort of out of keeping with the rest of the house. And I know it's in the back, and I'm not so concerned about it, but it's rather unattractive.
Right, you're right. But we're keeping it here again for those two windows in that bedroom, trying to keep those two windows there to let as much light. If we came up with a steeper pitch, we'd be over. We could, he could bring it up to the ridge, but then we're creating such a big well on that window. I think he thought being on the back of the house, that lower pitch shouldn't be a big issue. It's a 5.5 pitch, 5 1/4 pitch.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Bob Burns?
One question on the siding, is it all going to be cedar shakes?
Yes, it'll match the house, correct.
Match the house. Okay, no further questions.
Doug?
I have no questions. I think it looks great, so.
Steve DeBoer?
I have no questions. I think it was explained well.
And Darcy has no questions. Do I have a motion?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 21-011 Glenn and Rhoda Doherty, care of Mark Siebert. Application to construct additions and a deck located at 19 Collins Lane as presented.
Do I have a second?
Bob Burns, second.
All in favor, Sam Stryber,
Sam Stryber approves.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer approves.
and Darcy approves. Thank you very much, Tim.
All right, thank you, guys, and the Dohertys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
You too. Thanks.
Keep safe with the snow we're getting.
You too.
Bye.
All right, Sam, what's up next? Looks like our final here.
Okay. New construction, 21-016, Burt Hill LLC, care of Eric Hilbert. Application to construct a new commercial structure located at 0 Enterprise Drive.
Our applicant does not appear to be with us.
Okay. Well, do we have any other business? We'll give them another minute or so. Anything else? No?
Well, I can tell you as of right now, we have 3 applications on our next agenda.
Okay. Any signs, alterations, new construction?
One site improvement and 2 additional alterations.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to, let's see, when is our next meeting anyway? March
3rd.
Okay. We're going to have to continue this application till March 3rd. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that we continue the application 21-020, 21-016 Burt Hill, care of Eric Hilbert, to the 3rd of March.
Do I have a second, please?
Doug Grattan will second that motion.
All in favor? Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer is in favor.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan's in favor.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns in favor.
Sam Stryber,
Sam Stryber approves.
and Darcy approves. All right, hearing nothing else, I need another motion.
Doug Grattan makes the motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Sam Stryber.
Sam Stryber to approve,
Yes.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Steve DeBoer,
Steve DeBoer approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
and Darcy Sequin approves. Good night, all. Thank you very
Good night,
much.
everyone.